We have taken this diagram as an example. It is of Airbus aircraft wiring manual, reference chapter 334201 of landing light power supply and control. So we will see how to find part number of the particular contact and how to find its procedure about installation and also the tools required. We will see how to find part number of this whole connector. Then we will see how to find part number for the whole wire and what are the installation procedure, the stripping procedure, and the how to check specification, the detail of the particular wire. Then we'll see the other end, the contacts and the connector. In another example, we will take up another wire in which we will see how to find part number of that particular terminal lug and also for the pressure seal. So in first example, we'll be taking one wire. Let's for example, this wire which is 4509. It is terminating on contact position alpha of plug 8 Lima Bravo Alpha. Okay. And the other side, it is terminating at position number 26 of plug number 7126 VC Alpha. In another example, we will take up another wire with its contacts. So first thing what we have to see is the wire number. In our case, the wire number is 4509, but this is not the complete wire number. For complete, we have to add one prefix over here. So when you see the notes at the end of this diagram, you will see unless otherwise specified prefix for all wire identification is 3342. Okay. So in our case, the wire number will be 33424509. This is the whole complete wire number. And the code you can see over here, the code for this wire is DK18, but in our case nothing has been mentioned. So again we will see the nodes unless otherwise specified, all wire are DK Delta Kilo 24 gauge. Okay, so the type code is of DK and the gauge is 24. For our wire nothing has been mentioned, so we will take up the default value which is DK24, the gauge is 24. The root over here, you can see over here they have mentioned the root 2 mic. Okay, 2M is the root. So if they have mentioned, we will take up this. If it is not mentioned, like in this diagram they have not mentioned any root, so the by default root will be 1 mic. Okay, 1M. So in our case the root is 2M, the wire number is 33424509 and the type code is DK and the gauge is 24. So from this wiring diagram we have got much detail, and we will note down all this detail and then we'll start finding out the part number. Like in our previous two videos of Boeing and Rolls-Royce engine we made template. Here also I have made template for finding out part number in Airbus fleet. You can check out the link in description and download the template for free. So left side I have made equipment to, right side I have made equipment from, and in middle there is wire number with some quick reference. Below you can find all the steps needed to finding out the details in from our ESPN. Here we have added all the detail we have got till now from aircraft wiring manual. Now most important point for entry point of view is the wire number, which is 33424509. So we'll start finding out the part numbers now. So we will go on the home screen of AIRNAVX. We will filter out all the effectivity, our aircraft type, our particular aircraft registration, and no need to check any document types of ATA. Okay. So data search, we will enter our wire number 3342-4509 and then we'll click on search. So here is the result. The result is of aircraft wiring list. It is giving us technical data related to the wire. Whatever details we had plus some extra detail like wire part number. It is directly giving wire part number. It is giving contact part number on termination A. It is also giving contact part number on termination B. So just in one search, one click, we are getting three part numbers what is needed. So let's copy all this part number in our template. Wire part number, contact part number, another contact part number. Let's go back on our search result. Now one by one we need to find out all the details. Let's start from the contact. Okay, so for checking the tools required, the crimping tool, the die, the positioner and other details, we have to click on this contact part number. This is the hyperlink which will open up the ESPN. So we'll click on this. Now here it is asking search part number, search in ESPM, search in SM standard manual. So we will click on ESPM, because in ESPM we will get all the procedures and the tools required. So here are all the search results. We will directly go in multipurpose contact description, which is from Airbus. Now it is giving us ESPM chapter, which is 20482101. Okay, so we will just note down this. The ESPM reference for contact. So this is our part number. We will come down for more details. Number 2 is showing part number for all these contacts. We will come down more. We'll search for our part number, which is NSA 938152. Okay. So this is the characteristic. If you want to see the detailed characteristic, we can go over here. We can open the table. Now our part number is Sierra Alpha 2000. So specification, this one, this is they're showing us the ring and the permitted wire gauge 24 to 18. In our case, the gauge is 24. Okay, so this is just showing us the specification, the characteristic of the contact. Now we'll come down more. Now insertion extraction tool. So we'll click on this table. It will show us the tool part number required for removal of this tool contact and also for the insertion. So here you can see S means Sierra is a contact, the female contact, alpha is the copper alloy, the gold finish, 20 is our contact size, and 00 is the crim barrel code, the barrel code. Okay, so Sierra Alpha 2000, it is wired. If it is wired, we have to follow this two part number. We need this two part number. The color will be red and white. So we can order this part number for removal of the contact. Now we'll come down more. The cable stripping, they are giving all the details required. We'll come down. The crimping procedure. So we'll click on this. Okay, so this is our part number 52 Sierra and Sierra Alpha 2000. Our wire gauge is 24. So we can order these or the tools which we can order for crimping the particular socket. Okay, these are the tools and these are the turret or the positioner which is required. And if we are taking this part, this positioner, we have to keep it on position number 5. If we are taking this part number 86-1, we have to keep it on position number 4. Okay, so we have to follow this table for crimping procedure, carrying out the crimping for 24 gauge wire, single 24 gauge wire. So here they are giving us full procedure how to carry out the crimping, the check after crimping, and that's it. So this is how you have to find the detailed procedure and also the tool required for that particular contact. Now we can switch it off. We will come back on our this diagram, the wiring list diagram. So we found out this one. Let's click on this contact and we'll check the same way. We have to check the procedure, the tool required. So in this case, our contact number is ECO0395. We'll click on our Airbus multipurpose contact. The reference is 20482101. This is the same contact. We'll just write it down over here. So let's go back to our ESPM. Now we'll search for this part number, which is on starting. We can click on this for checking out the characteristic, the ring color and all. ECO0395, ECO0395, FV is the contact type. So in our case, FV, it is male contact. And 2001, 20 is the contact size and 01 is the large barrel for the other side. Okay, so we can switch it off. We'll go back over here. Now we'll check the contact insertion extraction tool. We'll click on this table. Okay, FV2001, FV2001. If it is wired, the insertion tool will be all these three, the extraction tool will be all these three, and these are the color. Okay, we'll come down. The cable stripping not needed as of now. The crimping procedure. So we'll click on this table. Okay, ECO0395 FV2001. Okay, so here is our part number for the contact. Our gauge is 24. So if you are ordering this Daniel, you have to order this tool. If you're ordering from Mill, you order for this tool. Okay, and the torret or the positioner required with this tool is specified over here. If you're ordering this tool, you have to order for this positioner, and the selector position will be of number 5. If you're ordering this one, number 5. If this one, you have to keep it on number 4, as a wire gauge is 24. Okay, so this is how you have to find tool part number. So we can come down, and then they will show us all the procedure. Okay, these are the procedure for crimping for insertion of ESPM. So we already got details of the contact, the part number, procedure, tools required, etc. Now we will see how to find detail of the connector. The connector part number is left, and also all the details of those connector. So this is the fin number 8 Lima Bravo Alpha. This is the hyperlink. We'll direct click on this, and then we will search by fin. Here are the result of findings of our fin number 8 Lima Bravo Alpha. Okay, so this is the TSM. We don't need to look for this. We have to go for our equipment, electrical equipment list, which is part of aircraft wiring list. So here is the electrical equipment list. Now this is showing for the landing light assembly. We have to go on the connector fin, which is 8 Lima Bravo Alpha. So we'll click on this, and like before, we are getting technical data related to the fin. So here you can see the part number for the connector. So we got the part number. We'll write it down in our template. So for finding out the detail of this connector, we will click on this directly, same we did for the contact. Now as usual, we will go in Airbus until it is some special connector which is fitted on the CMM item. Normally we'll go on the Airbus, so we'll click on this. So same what we did in contacts, we will search for our part number for the connector ECO0052 down over here. So this is for these connectors, will come down. This ABS, no, will come down. No, we'll search for our part number, which is ECO0052. So in hotel we can see over here it is ECO0052. Okay, so now this is the part number what they are showing, and each digit what it's represent, it is showing it over here. Okay, so in our case our ECO0052 is standard part number, and then comes letter November. In our case it is conductive protection. Okay, here it is Romeo, which is non-conductive, but our side is November, which is conductive protection. Then the number 14, the shell size of our connector will be 14. Okay, then this letter is screw locking, which is Bravo, same. And then comes the contact arrangement code. So contact arrangement code our is number 12. Okay, so this two digit is very important, shell size and the contact arrangement, for finding out the figure and knowing the configuration of our pins, the contacts inside our connector. The Sierra is for the socket, and then the other information. Okay, so we will write down all this in our template now. The information what we got from the part number, we have written it over here. Now let's go back. We will come down here. It is showing the characteristic of the part number for the contact, this connector, and also how to do the procedure, how to install all the wires and the contacts. Now we are interested in this one, the contact arrangement code. So we will click on the figure number 1. Let us zoom in. So here you can see it is giving the first number is shell size and the contact arrangement, then later number of contacts and the contact size. So our side it is 14 and 12. We will search for our number 14 and 12. So our connector will look like this. It will be having this number of contacts. Out of this, 4 contacts will be of size 16. Okay, you can see over here 1, 2, 3, 4, which will be of thicker gauge. It will be size 16, and all other 8 sockets will be of size 20. Now in our case, the position of our contact is alpha, which is thinner one. So here you can see the thinner one is of size 20. So same we will note down in our template now. So size of the contact is 20, and same you can confirm it from the contact part number. You can see over here Sierra Alpha 20. This 20 represent the size of the contact, which is 20. Now then we will come down, And here you can see the related items, the back shell, special back shell, and all other things, the part number they have mentioned. You can take it from here. Now if you see the other contacts, this is thicker one. So if when we are going in the example number 2, which is this wire, we will be taking this wire 4506. So here you can see the DK18, the gauge is 18 and the position is kilo. Okay, so when you see the diagram, you can easily find out this kilo is of thicker gauge, so the part number for this contact will be different and it will be of gauge 16. So let us just try to find out the part number for this contact. We will do the same thing. We will put our wire number in our data search. So here you can see the contact on position kilo is this. The part number is Sierra Alpha 1600. Okay, and the other one was Kilo Sierra 20. So the gauge was 20. In our case, for example number 2, which is going on position kilo, the gauge will be of 16, which is terminating at position kilo, and the part number will be this one. The part number is same, only the gauge, the size will be difference, 1600. And that's how you find out the configuration of our connector and which pin will be going where, terminating where, and how the face of the connector will be looking actually in reality. So we got the part number for this side connector. Same way we will find part number for this side connector, which is 7126VC alpha. So either we can click on this, or there is another way. We have to go in our main search, main data search, and we will type our connector pin number 7126VC alpha. We'll click on search, and then it will give us all the result. We have to go in electrical equipment, which is part of aircraft wiring list. Okay, so same way the technical data has been displayed. We will click on the part number. This is the part number. Let's copy it in our template. Let's go back to the search result, and then for finding out all the details of ESPM for this particular connector, we will click on the hyperlink. We'll search in ESPM. So our connector is ECO0390. We will go in Airbus description of the connector, not in the context or any other options. So we got ESPM reference. We'll copy this reference in our template. And then we can see all the details required. So ECO0390, this is our connector. The connector size code is delta. The contact arrangement is 01. It is of P, means the contacts will be of pin, the male contacts, and other details. The polarization key. We can come down. We can see the contact arrangement. So these are the contact arrangement like we saw before. The polarization key, how to install the polarization key as per our configuration. Removal, and all other details, also the torque value. Okay, so this is how to find part number for the the connector and also its detail. We got all the details we needed for replacement of the wire, contacts, and connector. Now let us check little more detail about this wire. Now let's suppose there is some damage on this particular wire, and we need to do assessment whether we have to replace it, or whether the temporary repair has to be done, or permanent repair has to be done, or whether we can just leave it like that. So in that case, we really need to know what are the other details, the data as per ESPM, the reference is needed. So we will go in our search, the first search option, we will click on the part number of the wire and it will search on the ESPM. Now it is giving us 4 results for searching only this EN2267. I would recommend just to add little more digits so that it can be more specific. So we are searching with 008 also, and here are the reference for the ESPM. Now since our wire is standard, I have mentioned all the quick reference, via identification, via repair, and stripping procedure, the tools required for the stripping. So these are the reference of ESPM. We will go in our search result. First we will see the identification by the supplier. In this chapter, it will give us all the detail, the manufacturing detail, what are the codes, the DK mean, what is the specification, the temperature at which it can operate, it can tolerate, and also other details. So if you come over down over here, it will give us this detail DK, the code, this is the temperature, and this is the insulation material. Okay, these are the detail, and it will also give us the interchangeability, whether this particular wire can be interchanged with some other type, other wire type. So you can check it over here in identification. So this chapter I have already mentioned in our template. Next, we will go in electrical cable repair process. Okay, so this is the description of Airbus. So this same chapter I have mentioned in our template. We will come down, and here it gives the grades of the damage. Okay, so 0 is no repair is necessary, and then it will keep on increasing till grade 4, where no repair is permitted, replace the complete wire. So as per the assessment, we have to categorize our damage in the grades, and then as per this grade table, we have to take the decision. Now how we will find out what is our grade of our damage? So for assessment, we will come in this chapter 205321-02. So here you can find our part number for the wire. We will come down, and then we will see for our coating, which is DKDM. So we'll click on this, the damage assessment. So with help of this table, we will do the assessment on what grade our damage is. So if there's damage on our insulation, we have to do this inspection, and then we will come to conclusion whether our damage is of grade 1 or grade 2. Okay, so after checking out the damage, if it is grade 1, the repair solution is 1 alpha or 1 bravo. If it is grade 2, the repair solution is 1 charlie or 1 echo. And if our wire is related to EFCS, then the grade will be grade 3. Okay, and then grade 4 is no repair is permissible. So after getting down to our grade and checking the repair solution, we will check what is 1 alpha 1 bravo as per our grade. So for checking the repair solution, we will go in another table, the repair method table. So here you can see 0 alpha 1 bravo 1 echo. So we click on this, and it will give us another table which will be explaining us the procedure for repairing. So 1 alpha, you have to wrap it with self adhering tape, whatever is the procedure it will mention over here. And we have to put a splice, or we have to put the heat shrink, whatever is, we have to follow this procedure as per ESPM. So this is how the way we have to check the repair procedure and the damage assessment of the damage. So identification, we will check the specification, the repair procedure, and then the last one is stripping. So if we want to strip a particular type of wire as per the coating and all, we will check this chapter. I've mentioned it in the template, and what type of tool is required for that particular wire. It will be, you will be getting that all the details from this chapter, which is 205612. Okay, so I've mentioned all the quick reference over here. In the same way, we can find detail of other item like this pressure seal and this terminal lug. All we have to do is we have to put the fin number, we have to click on the hyperlink, and then we have to see the ESPM for that particular item and their installation procedure and tool required. Let's see this pressure seal 4014VP. So we will just put the data search 4014VP. So here is the result. We will click on electrical equipment, and that it will show you the technical data with the part number of the pressure seal. So here is the part number. We'll click on it and we'll search in ESPM for that particular ESPM chapter for procedure and the tool required. So here is the chapter, and then whatever is the procedure, the tool required, everything will be mentioned over here. Okay, so for the terminal lug, we will put this wire number 4506, and the prefix will be 3342. So we'll search this number. So this is the result and this is the technical data related to that wire. So here you can see one side our landing assembly and the other side is 4016VN, and this is the contact part number, the part number for the terminal lug. So like before, we'll click on this, we'll go in our ESPM chapter for finding out the procedure and also the tools required for crimping this type of terminal lug. We'll go in copper wire terminal, description of Airbus. So this is the chapter which is required, and our lug part number we have to search down. This is our lug, and this is the allocation table, the crimping tool, and the procedure. They have mentioned it, the crimping procedure. So in tools, if you go, it will show us what type of tool is required, the positioner, the die, the tool handle, part number, everything else. So this is our part number and the ending is 1604. So 16XX. So this is the gauge. Our gauge is 18 and then the color will be of orange. This is all the tools which we can use with this particular die for crimping this type of plug. This completes our video on how to find part number of electrical item from Airbus manual. You can download this template from the link in description below. If you like the video, please hit the like button and do subscribe us and share it among your aviation friends. Thank you so much.